Hey, what's happening? YouTubers are back with a brand new action figure review, and today we have the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Direct Page Punchers Black Adam. And not to be confused with the other Page Punchers that McFarlane Toys just released recently, those 3-inch scale figures, which, after seeing them in person, they are highly questionable. I was optimistic about it at first, and now I'm just like, not really. But I was looking forward to this. And by the way, YouTubers, if it sounds like my voice is a little under the weather, it's because I am. But I'm not too under the weather where I can't review this because I was actually looking forward to this 7-inch scale Page Punchers. I also have Constantine coming on later this week through Amazon.com, and I did get this from Amazon as well. Without further ado, let's go and take a look at the box art first. On the front of the box, you see the plastic window, which they still got, not like Hasbro. The plastic window, you see the figure of Black Adam, includes exclusive comic book. You see the big DC logo, the Black Adam name on the bottom, and on the top, DC Direct and McFarlane Toys. And I would say this is McFarlane Toys' first venture into DC Direct. Yeah, he released the figures of the Batman The Adventure Continues figures, but that was more so a layover from the previous ownership of DC Direct. I would consider this the actual first venture of DC Direct with McFarlane Toys. So then if I turn the box here, you see the DC Direct McFarlane Toys logo at the top, Black Adam name, and then the comic book that this is featured in, Black Adam Coming, the Page Punchers logo on the bottom. And then on the back, you see the full image artwork of the comic book that this is based off of. Now, the 4 figures in this wave, from what I understand, are all going to have these same issues in there, which I kind of question because I thought it would be better to put different issues in with each figure, so it kind of gives you more of an incentive to buy the whole wave. But what do I know? Anyways, you see the image of the figure, which I'm going to compare something when I open it out of the box, and you see the Page Punchers logo on the bottom. I kind of want to compare the DC Multiverse boxes from McFarlane Toys next to the DC Direct boxes, so it's kind of in unison. I would say this box is probably similar in size to like a collect-to-build wave box, because it has extra stuff in there. But when we compare it to the side, you can see it's very similar, and I do actually like this because even though this is technically DC Direct, it kind of keeps it in unison if you had it with your DC Multiverse boxes. So any in-box collector, you can kind of have it in uniform because it looks similar. The only difference, though, is the DC Direct box has a more glossy finish, whereas the DC Multiverse box is more of a matted finish. That's enough about the box art. Let's go and get Black Adam out of the box. All right, here's Black Adam out of the box. Let's take a look at his accessories first. I just want to showcase this. I've seen this before. It came with the Endless Winter Black Adam figure. It's like these electric pieces or, lightning bolt pieces you can just wrap around his arms, which I think are pretty useful. So I wanted to showcase this. So it looks like it also comes with the base plate like he has with the DC Multiverse stuff and a trading card. And I do like this approach to taping the card on there because I don't know if y'all open up those DC Multiverse figures with the cards on the, it's like basically the adhesive stuck on there. Sometimes they bend when you take them out. So I do like this approach of just taping it and keeping it sealed in plastic till then. I don't know if the base plate needed that because whatever. And also here is the comic book that he comes with. And I do like, again, the plastic seal on it. For those of people that don't want to open it up, I'm going to open this one up because I have the Constantine one coming in later this week. And I'll keep that one in plastic. All right, here's the comic book out of the plastic seal. I think it looks pretty sick. I like the artwork. And you see the 4 characters that are featured in this Page Punchers wave. You have Black Adam, John Constantine, Superman, and Batman. Of the 4 figures, I'm only going to pick up Constantine and Black Adam. I might pick up Superman later on if it goes on clearance at some point. And I'm not going to show the entire comic. I just want to show credit to people that have contributed to it. So these are the writers and the colors and the artists working on this comic run. Here's the Page Punchers trading card it comes with. So just an image of the cover. It says Black Adam on the bottom. And then on the back, I guess it's not called a data file on this one, but you see a little read up on Black Adam. Feel free to pause it if you want to go ahead and read it. All right, now let's take a look at the figure itself. And like always, we're going to start with the head sculpt first. And man, that head sculpt, I think it looks fine, but I just see Steven Seagal when I see that head sculpt. Don't get me wrong, it's nicely sculpted. It's just, if he had a ponytail and this attire was all black, I would have thought it's a Steven Seagal figure. But it is sculpted really nicely. You can see the wrinkles and the details on his face. The suit looks amazing. I think it looks fantastic. Now here's the thing that I noticed right away when I saw this in box as opposed to the image that we saw on here. And I don't know if y'all noticed this, and I'm kind of irked because you see his ankles here and the ankle joints. They're gold painted, right? On here, they're black. So I don't know if there was something that was miscommunicated from those renders in the factory, to when their final run of production, but that just stands out to me so bad. Like, I wish this was painted gold, or it had that gold sculpt, because honestly, he's doing a much better job when it comes to sculpting these figures. It's no more ugly ball joints on the ankles. He's trying to sculpt it so it looks like it's one perfect piece, and it does. It just, damn it, they missed the mark by not painting this gold. But just because the ankle is painted a different color than the boot doesn't take away from the actual figure itself. I think McFarlane Toys sculpted this pretty well when you look at the overall figure. I do like how the cape or cloak is sculpted. It's not in too much one direction like we've seen before, like with the Damian Wayne Robin figure. It's kind of just a subtly to the left. But I also like just the sculpting overall of his armor. I like how the gold pieces match up in terms of the color. It's not too dark or lighter than other pieces, where I've seen that before from other figures where they'll sculpt the armor and the color isn't consistent throughout. This one is. And then if we look on the back here, I was worried for a second. I was like, wait a minute, they didn't sculpt it all the way or color it all the way. But I actually checked the reference, and his ass is that color, just to show you on the Page Punchers comic. Just to show you all in this panel, you can see on the back that gold doesn't go all the way around, so that is pretty accurate. I don't know, it might just be me, but I feel like these hand sculpts are abnormally huge, but then again, it is a comic book character, but I don't know if that's in proportion with the rest of his body. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, in terms of articulation, it's similar to what you would find with a DC Multiverse figure. There are 22 points of articulation, so obviously you have your articulation in the head right here. It does still have, okay, so this thing just kind of flaps up. So if you do want to move the arm up, you can. It doesn't hinder it. It still has your bicep swivel, and it looks like this one doesn't actually have that faux, oh no, there it is. It's hidden behind there. It has that faux, like, butterfly joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and that can get pretty good range, actually. It does have your wrist articulation. I don't know if it has the ball joint or not. I can't really see behind this gauntlet. It does have the diaphragm cut as well. But as you all know, the diaphragm cut only works well when you're posing the figure like that back, like he's skydiving, like I've mentioned before. There is a ball joint on the hip as well, so you can kind of move it around. And because it has this rubber piece right here, you can kick the legs out a little bit further, double jointed knees as well, and then also ankle articulation or ankle pivot, kind of. I don't know, with this new system right here you can kind of get ankle pivot, but I don't want to break it just in case. And then an unnecessary cut that I wish they would stop doing is toe articulation, because not every single figure needs toe articulation. I would much rather have a thigh cut than a toe articulation. But that's just my preference. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And if you all caught my Dr. Fate review last week, you saw me do a head swap with those figures. I'm going to do the same thing with this. So I have the Black Adam from the Collect-A-Build Endless Winter Wave, and I'm going to see if it works on this body. So we're just going to go ahead and pop this off. And let's see if it'll peg onto the Page Punchers figure from DC Direct / McFarlane Toys. And whoa. Okay, so yeah, ball joints are the same, so it should, in theory, just peg on. All right, so here they are with the head swaps, and I'm not sure if they work or not. I think in proportion, this one looks like the head might be a little too small compared to the rest of the body. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but you can kind of see it's different skin tones. But on this one, I think it kind of works. The only thing with this head sculpt that I can't get over, he kind of looks like the kid from the Munsters. I think it's Eddie Munster. He just, I don't know what it is, man. But I think this look works. Let me know in the comments below what you all think. Now we're just going to jump right into size comparisons. And first size comparison, here's that Page Punchers Black Adam. Standing next to a couple of McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures, we have King Shazam and the Endless Winter Black Adam. And it's wild to me that this is the only Shazam figure we've gotten so far from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. Hopefully they'll release one sooner or later, more to like this classic look. Maybe in the Page Punchers format, who knows? And next size comparison here is sitting next to some more DC Multiverse figures that are sharing the same infected Superman body buck. We have the Solar Suit Superman and the DC Rebirth Superman. And next size comparison here is sitting next to the Action Comics 1000 Superman and the Mattel DC Multiverse Shazam movie figure, just because I don't have a classic Shazam figure right now. Just as a side note, this was low-key one of Mattel's best work. Pinless joints on both the elbows and the legs, and it had a lot of articulation, a ton of accessories. And last size comparison here he is with the Black Adam movie Dr. Fate figure with the Injustice 2 helmet on there. Alright, so overall thoughts on this figure is I really like it. I also really like the concept of Page Punchers. More so in the 7-inch scale line than the 3-inch one, because at first I was excited for those, but then when I saw them up close at Target, They were nothing more than Happy Meal toys. I hate to be blunt about it, but that's all they were. When it comes to 7-inch scale, yeah, I like this a lot. At its core, this figure is a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure, which isn't a bad thing, because when you look at DC Direct's history or DC Collectibles or DC Icons, one thing they had issue with was having it scale with the DC Multiverse line that Mattel had produced. You had one line that was 6-inch and the other line that was 7-inch, but in this case, at least it's more in unison and more in scale with the McFarlane Toys line of DC Multiverse. Another thing I do like about this as well is it's reasonably priced, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not a collectible piece you're getting, but it's the same price point. Instead of a collectible piece, though, you're getting a limited edition comic book that's only specific to this line, which I like. And as I mentioned earlier in the review, I feel like this is more McFarlane Toys' first venture with DC Direct. Yeah, he's had statues that have released since then, and he's reissued those Batman The Adventure Continues figures that are based on the Bruce Timm / animated series line. That was more so holdover from the previous owners of DC Direct. I think this is probably a good venture in my opinion, because not only will it get collectors or new collectors into the figures, but also the comic books as well. That was the goal, I would hope. But I am a fan of this. I'm hoping this avenue lets us get more classic looking characters, and I'm hoping we get something like special, like a Watchmen run. Let me know in the comments below what you all like to see in a Page Puncher's line. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, YouTubers. What do you think about this figure? Are you going to be picking it up? And like always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching.